There we are.
Hey, Jim, nice to see you at the
Uh,
coffee, at the virtual.
Hello, Pascal. Yeah, and this time I really have a coffee. I think you're in a less comfortable situation there.
Well, I'm just to show everybody, I'm
Yeah,
sitting in the really literally in the coffee break after a train-the-trainer session that we had. So yeah, great, but it's good to see you.
yeah. Always nice to see you too. So, for the people watching, so today our guest is Pascal Strauss, one of our team members of Happiness at Work. So, but maybe Pascal, you can introduce yourself a little bit.
I'm Pascal. I'm a member of Happiness at Work of the team. I think that's yeah. Well, I'm in learning and development. I'm a trainer and a entrepreneur. Maybe that's the first thing. Entrepreneur at heart, but entrepreneur to contribute something. So that's the maybe the add-on.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, some people told me it is impossible to do a coffee break in 20 minutes with Pascal.
Well, I'm going to go in the red energy,
Yeah.
and give very short answers. So I'm going to do my best.
Yeah. Do you have any idea who told that?
Well, it is Katrijn,
No.
Asha,
No.
Mori.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Now you're in Holland now in a hotel.
Yes, yes, in the Hilton, in the center near Amsterdam.
Okay.
That's where we did that.
Yeah. Now today we will talk about community over competition. That's, I guess, one of your favorite statements or topics or base rules.
Yeah.
Explain.
Well, I'm tired of competition, to be honest. I'm really tired. But it's also called community over competition. So competition is still okay, to take out your full potential and to do, but do it to the expense of other people. And I just go outside and do it because I want to be first or I want to be better than somebody else. I'm really getting tired of it. And what we um, society and economy should be an infinite game, how Simon Sinek said it, huh? Should be that we look for win-win situations. And in a competition, you don't have a win-win situation. You have always a win-lose. And I don't see any benefit of it, only that there are some people who are going to profit, and the vast majority is going to be in a losing situation. And then it's not creating happiness at work. It's not creating a lot of things that we actually work for, that we actually strive for. And I think that's very important that we focus on that. And community over competition is one of the sentences that we
Yeah.
use to emphasize on it.
Yeah. And what's then important for a community? What's important?
Well, it's about growing and contributing. So what do I have to learn to get to my goals, to get to my things that I want to do? How can I take my full potential out, to know what my talents are, and so on and so on and so on? And how can I put that into action in order to contribute to the society? Well, one point of view which is always helping is Ubuntu.
Mhm.
From our friend Mamadou, you know him as well.
Yeah.
Uh, Ubuntu I am, because we are. You define your own role based on the community, based on the tribe that you're in, and we're all tribal beings. So I think that's a good way to see it.
Yeah. And you mentioned action.
Oh yeah. Otherwise, it stays a wish. Huh? Otherwise, it stays a dream. And if you only dream and not putting it into a plan and into action, you're going to be a dreamer all your life. But it's sad. There are so many good dreams out there, and we have to put them into action.
Yeah. So and what about the mix between action or doing and being?
Well, yeah, you're asking question. You ask from me now that I do that in 20 minutes. Well, it is. Um, to be able to do stuff, you have first to be, of course, but that's the right way to do it. First to feel the things, and then to get into the action mode. But when the action is missing, it's like a coaching talk. Every coach will know, outside will know, if you don't end the talk with the next action, with what are you going to do next, it's going to be just a talk. It's
Mhm.
just going to be a dialogue that you have with somebody. Well, that's something what I also can do with my best friend, or whatever. But it should always end in something doing. And then this is how you learn. Also, this is how you grow. Because otherwise, if you're not doing something, you cannot learn how not to do it. The know-how is important, but the know-how not is as well important.
Yeah. Now, community, is it about collaboration, or is it like rather co-creation?
It's both of it. It's both of it. It's co-creation, because it has to be um, uh, it has to be sustained by the community. The goal it has to be a common goal. It has to be something where the people agree on, and the way towards to, well, that's when you start to collaborate. That's what
Mhm.
the how is, the why you have to align on, and the how, well, that's what we're going to find out. We're going to do stuff. We're going to learn how to do it or how not to do it, and so on and so on along the way. And we have to allow each other to make mistakes, and this is how you collaborate. That this is how you work together.
Yeah. Now, you're used to train people in empowerment, like building a community. How do you do that in a practical way?
Well, it's you have to always start with the individual. When you think of the integral model of Ken Wilber, you have always to start with the belief system of the people. You have to align on this. You have to help the people to start to to grow towards the growth mindset. So this is where you start, and that's going with questions, with being a role model as well. Because
Mhm.
if you're only talking and not walking the talk, well, that's then really a big gap. And then you go in helping them with skills, training them the skills, the behavior, the habits, building that. Then building around that individual, when they agree on this, building structures and processes. And this is how you build a community. But if you only go and build the structures and processes without taking the individual along, well, you're going to lose 60% of the people.
Yeah. And what is important for these people in that community? It's the common goal. Is that the main thing in a community?
Well, for the community to grow as a community, that's very important. But for individual people, is to find their own place in the
Mhm.
community, to feel at home at a certain time, to have a safe environment to grow. I think
Yeah.
that's it. If it's going to be always what a big goal, well, it reminds me a little bit of the janitor at NASA, that were asked, "Hey, what is your job here?" And he said in the 1970s, "Well, I helped to bring a man on the moon, the first man on the moon." Well,
Mhm.
that's how you want that somebody is doing at a local level something, but is connected to the bigger goal. That's actually how you want to create a community, I think.
Mhm. And like that, you enter the happiness at work community. So,
Yeah.
tell me what's in for you. So, why are you doing that?
Well, mainly because of the people that are connected to it. So with Asha and with you, Tom, I got to know them later on. So it was very clear. I felt the connection to you guys, and the question was there to help. Well, there you can wake me up at 3 o'clock in the morning when it's with the people with a good intention. I'm going to run the extra mile. So that was it. And your goal is a fantastic one. Happiness at work is people work 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours a day, are at their workplace. It should be a happy workplace. They should like to go there. They should like to work there, and then to develop themselves. That's one of the first things what we have to focus on. Later on, we can do also the rest. Then to do something for the next 7 generations. You know that better than I do.
Yeah. Maybe you can tell the people like how the idea of seven generation was born.
Well, it was born with a cup of coffee.
Yes.
Like in a bit in real, in the garden in Tilburg, in my backyard, with you, with Asha, and we were discussing, and actually that came out of it. with it. And then we said, okay, what do we have? Which are the puzzle pieces that we need, and so on and so on. And this is how the model came up. And I think it's a well balanced kind of approach that we decided that we're going to work for the
Yeah.
match uh, model, which
Yeah.
is actually your thing, because you improved it. You improved it.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, why seven generations? Maybe we have to explain what seven generations means.
Yeah. Well, it's to reflect if you do something, the actions, what you do, what we talked about 10
Mhm.
minutes ago, um, that you reflect on this always on the base of what impact does it have on the next 7 generations? Does it have an impact, and which one? So it could be also a short-term action, which is totally fine. But if you think of, okay, what impact does it have for the next 7 generations? Well, then you're contributing to society, to a community, and then we're back again in community over competition. It's making what we just talked about tangible. What is what you do today? What is that the impact for the next 7 generations?
Mhm. Now, for you, serving humanity, it seems like, yeah, a major part of your life.
Well, it's a very egoistic kind of thing, because when you're in service of others, it also prolongs your life. Huh? We know that from the oxytocin that comes. That's good for the DNA. It's good for the telomere. If you research it, for the people that watch it, it's of course also having a reciprocal effect on myself, and it's actually that's my experience. There are so many good people out there, and they're all thinking in the same way. They just don't know how to do it, and that's where we have to help each other, I think.
Yeah, and in a lot of cases, it starts like with a personal story. Maybe you can explain what happened in your case with the begging kids. I think it was
Oh,
in
yeah.
in Spain. Was
No,
it in
Romania, Romania.
Romania?
Yeah, where uh, me and my girlfriend at the time. So if my girlfriend now right now is looking, that was another one. So was not Erika. No, but we were sitting there in the student part of the city of Timisoara, and where she was from, or is from, and it was in the 2000 years, and a kid came to beg for money, and I gave him some money. He was like 8 years old, something, and then went away. And then we went for a walk through that part of the city, and then I looked into a small sidewalk, and there I saw this little kid with a group of other kids, all 8, 9 years old, not older, and they were sniffing glue, and it broke my heart. It really literally broke my heart. Still, when I think of that situation, still I feel that pain. I had this pain and I couldn't stop crying, because I was thinking, how bad has it to be for a kid for 8 years old already to anesthetize himself? That was for me literally the first time that I experienced this. I've seen a lot in the world, but to really experience this kind of pain, and that they are sniffing glue, that was really for me something that broke my heart. And I made a promise to myself that I'm going to do everything what I can um, to make this not obsolete, because yeah, I'm not thinking big of myself, but I'm going to do my best. I'm going to contribute what I can to do that, so that's not going to happen again.
Mhm. How important is it to have like several networks coming together?
Well, it's a network of networks. In the end, it's still then a network. We're all connected, and we know that from physics and things. We're connected, um, and the networks are actually the stronger parts. When you start working with each other, it's like the neurons in your brain that fire together. It's
Yeah. Uh-huh.
We're all some kind in a fractal kind of way connected to each other, and to bring that, it's like weaving a carpet. It's like bringing all the networks together and saying, okay, listen, everybody can contribute or learn something, so or grow, everybody, and then you can make it better. I think that's why networking is important, and always having in mind what is the benefit. What is the win-win situation? So if you're going into a network, what is my win and your loss? Then it's not a network. Then it's a one-way street, and
Yeah,
then you have the competition again.
yeah, yeah. I agree. And do you see any trends there? Do we move towards like more networking, or do we move like, yeah, or is it still competition that is the overall rule?
I think it's still in a balance. It's, although we're way more connected than ever, people get more lonely on the other side. So it's going more to the extremes. We're more
Mm.
connected here with the telephone and stuff, but people get also more. That's also what we see when we make our assessments. They get more introvert in reality. Um, COVID also had an impact on this, of course. I think that is happening, but people are more connected, but they don't feel more connected, and that's what we have to bring back. We have to make it happen that we create these experiences, like the Happiness at Work conference. Huh?
Mhm.
People should come together to learn something, but also to celebrate and to exchange, and then go back and apply the stuff that they learned on the conference.
Yeah, yeah. How important is that conference?
To create these moments, I think is very important. Call it
Mhm.
the Happiness at Work conference or whatsoever, but closing the gap between knowledge and experience.
Mhm.
It's not enough to know it. You have to feel it, you have to be part of it. Then it's
Yeah,
creating emotion. And when it's creating emotion, it's going to be sustainable because you're never going to forget how you felt uh, at a certain time. It's not about reading a book. It's about reading a book and then also feeling it, talking, creating something, co-creating something, and then applying the stuff that you learned to improve it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The connecting part. It's like for us, it's really important. It Yeah, it takes a lot of energy, like with the two postponements to had, like still to have that conference going on. But in the meantime, yeah, what we saw was like, yeah, the other ones, they were not like, they just gave up on their idea organizing something. So we, in the meantime, we are like number one on happiness at work in the world. So it's amazing to see, and therefore, like, we really want these people, like-minded people to come together in that conference to experience. And the moment that they will experience, they will also like give extra attention to the experience with music, yeah, it should be like a total package that we are offering. And the moment that people experience what is going on there, like with the vibes, and then yeah, it
I
will be.
I think it's also the difference, like Denzel Washington said, commitment get you started to do something, but persistence is going to help you finish something.
Yeah,
To be persistent over two postponements, that's really an accomplishment. I'm not saying that because we know each other very well, so, but I
no,
really appreciate that you stayed, and it's going to pay off. I'm sure it's going to pay off because it's going to it's like a test. It's like a test. Hey, do you really want to bring that? Is your intention true? Is your intention pure because you want to contribute something to happiness at work? Or do you do the conference only for your own ego, for your own image, or for your own how you say that, wallet, for your, that you do that? Because then you would have quit already after the first postponement.
yeah, of course. Yeah.
But you guys also didn't, and that's what I appreciate a lot. You stayed because you really want to help to improve the workplace.
Yeah, and also because it's like it's the entrance to the ecosystem, like yeah, as we built it like 2 years ago with the academy, the movement, etc. So the moment that we take away that conference, that is like that is one of the ways we can, like, yeah, bring these people together. And that, yeah, that's like really the highlight of the year. And yeah, it should be like really like a big party.
Yeah, you need also these celebration moments because you need to reward your brain as well. After you did something, you built the academy, you built the movement, you built a platform on the technical parts, the apps, and you built the fund to the helping fund, that you want to do that as well. Then you need the celebration moment to come together with all the people that help, that are doing it, and say a big thank you and having a good time. That's really important that you reward yourself so that it's going to be sustainable for 7 generations. So it makes complete sense.
Yeah, yeah. And then sometimes, yeah, like people, they are telling like, yeah, how can you do like a conference when the world is in war? So okay, then we help these like, yeah, we are helping the people in Ukraine also, like with the conference. So part of the income goes to Ukraine. Like then people are like reshuffling. People are, yeah, now looking for the balance between like working at home and working in the office. So HR departments, they are like really busy with all these changes, and then the world is changing. And in the meantime, yeah, we have to bring this message, because it's, yeah, we are not there yet.
And I think as a human race, where would we be without hope?
Yeah,
Without hoping for a better future, even if it's maybe not nice right now, and for a lot of people it is not. The reality is really hard. But if we don't work with hope in the heart that we can do it a better place,
yeah,
so we should go on with these things, of course, and help on the short term, help, of course, and that's what you do with the giving a part of the margin to the people in need, of course, fantastic. But still with the hope in the heart, and saying, hey, let's still work on the long term, also, because otherwise, yeah, without hope, um, we can close the house, close
yeah.
it and let it be. That's okay.
Yeah, yeah. That's also one of the reasons why we started in India with the happiness at work, so the Indian chapter, because there, like, the situation is like, yeah, like it was here, like, or it feels like it was here, like let's say 20 years ago. So that's another, like, yeah, task to push, like the other side of the world, and to get it moving there also.
Yeah. Well, that's in the end again taking action. So that's um, it's very needed. We need the people with the big dreams, and we need the people that help to turn them into reality. A
Yeah,
vision always needs to be turned into reality.
yeah. And then the news comes that your family gets one extra.
That also gives hope for a better future.
Yeah, is that also based on that community idea?
It's growing the community, definitely,
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I think you already know, like, what will be the impact on what you're doing.
Oh, I think it will even impact. How can I say this? The drive even more to create a better future,
Mhm.
because that's what you want to have, an environment where the young people. That's what we do with the vision camps that we do with the youngsters all around the planet, where we want to create an environment for, when a flower is not growing, you don't fix the flower, you fix the environment. So we
Mhm.
need to create environments where people can grow and where they can. And that's what we're going to do, and that gives me even more drive to do that.
Yeah. Well, all the best with that extra family member, and yeah, all the best to Erica also, of course, in the coming months. We are, yeah, our
To
time our time is gone. I see you back on Friday for the webinar, and yeah, thank you for
work.
being of this community, of this yeah, purpose-driven movement.
I'm happy to be part of it. We're very honored that I can be part of it.
See you on Friday.
Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you.